Hey guys, it's Anthony. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about why this NQ short was so obvious at the market open today. And we're going to go over the full trade breakdown and go over all the trades it took and why order flow confirmed this combined with a few other biases. If you're new here, my name is Anthony. I trade futures and I document all the trades. I go through honest trade breakdowns using prop firms to scale my profits. So if you want to learn more about this, you're going to want to hit that subscribe button and follow along for more. The trade we took off the open was this short at about 25,720. Now on the screen, these yellow lines are just 4-hour support or resistances. I mark these out based on how many times we actually go ahead and change direction. So if you go to the 4-hour chart real quick, you'll see that whenever you see one of these yellow lines, there's going to be a lot of changes of direction recently, where once I have multiple of them, that's when I know that's an area of interest, like up here at 25,967. Lots of reversals happening here. So to me, whenever I see this, I think they act as support or resistance. And if we're coming up to one of them, then it's highly likely we're going to have a turnaround there. I combined this with the fact that NQ had weaker SMT on the day. So you see this chart right here. If we go to two windows and the second one we pull up ES, you'll see that right here, we were up more at the open than NQ. So NQ was down about 0.6%, ES was down about 0.3%, and we were much weaker on the first candle. See the 9:30 a.m. candle, it's a green candle on ES, 9:30 a.m. candle on NQ is a red candle. So we have one confirmation that we're below a 4-hour level. Second confirmation is SMT, so we're weaker on NQ than ES, which makes it better for shorts in my opinion. After that, I was watching the order flow. So I was watching time and sales on NQ, and I was watching the footprint chart on QQQ. So I go over here, I go to candles, I go to the footprint chart on QQQ, and then my candles look like this. So I always have this open when I trade. What this does is this shows the buyers and the sellers at the market orders. So it shows how aggressive participants are. So as you can see, the right side are orders on the ask, on the left side are orders on the bid. And you can see there's a lot of buyers here, but you can see more sellers here with the 3K, 5K, 7K, and then price pushing down. So what this tells me is sellers are winning in this 1-minute candle. Yeah, we came back up here, but then if you look at the next candle, what do you see? You see a ton of very large orders here. And what does that coincide with? It actually coincides with my entry. NQ right here, I got the entry, actually I got it a little higher. My entry was at the 25,720. And I got in this because I combined this while looking at time and sales. I started to see large orders come in on the bid. And that means typically that there's aggressive sellers coming in. And I like to only take this with confirmation if it goes and aligns with all of my other biases. So like I said, we're at a 4-hour level, rejecting a 4-hour level. We have weaker SMT and NQ. We see that sellers are winning on the footprint chart. Then we see large orders come in on the time and sales. And then we see price confirm that by moving down through that. That's when I got in the entry and we had a big flush down, hit TP. And that's why that short was just super, super obvious on the open because of all of the confirmations that I had. The more confirmations that you have, the greater the chances of success and the higher probability that the trade is. And that's why I took that trade. The second trade I took on NQ as a short was down here at 9:39 a.m. And the reason why I took this one is, again, same reason where, we're weaker on the day with the SMT. If you go ahead and look at ES again, let me just change this to ES. You would see that ES was holding up way better. So right here at 9:39, we are much higher. We're almost near lows on NQ. But again, we came up to my 4 level and we traded back through down below it. We're below open price. A lot of times I like to use that as a bias. So open price on NQ is right here at 739. This yellow line, let me change the color of this line so you can see it. This is open price. So typically, if we're below that, then I kind of have more of a bearish bias. Not entirely, but it can add to the bias. If we're above it, I might have more of a long bias. So we were below it. We had a nice sharp rejection down. We had room to the next 4-hour level. I ended up getting in a short here because I saw large sellers. I saw all the confirmations that I just explained to you, got in the trade, and boom, we had 2 wins. And these 2 trades I didn't even take. And I'm going to explain why. Because I took 3 trades on the day. I actually got in an ES long, which is my 3rd trade of the day. Once I'm in 3 entries, I shut it down. I'm done for the day. Reason being is because the highest volume is in the first 30 minutes of the day. Then there's less volume, so there's less probability for follow through when you enter a trade. Due to that reason, I shut it down after 3 trades, and it saved me today. And I want to talk about why that saved me today. That saved me today because look what happened. We broke through my level, and then once we came back up, I saw large orders come in for shorts, and then I would have entered in a short here. And the reason why it's a good short is because we're coming back near the level where there's space to the next level, and there's also space to new low of day. Reason why it's a bad short is because look how strong that candle was, and we're trying to target basically the support, like the order block of this 1 minute candle here. And because of that, it actually would have went basically like one tick away from the take profit, and then would have stopped out. And then another trade here also just would have wicked me out and then continued lower. I didn't like this one anyway because there wasn't enough room to the new low day. So typically I wouldn't even take this one, but I saw large orders come in on the bid, so I just wanted to mark it up to see what would happen, and it would have stopped me out. Of course, it would have hit target after, but I just watched it. It would have stopped me out quick first and then continued. So this is a lesson in a few things, but one of the biggest lessons is following order flow and taking the obvious, easy trades. The reason, again, that this was such an obvious, easy short on the open at 931 was because we had weaker SMT than ES. We saw that we were gapping down, so we were bearish. We rejected a 4-hour level, and we were trading around it. We were below the open, so we had a bearish bias. We saw on the footprint chart that large sell orders were winning the battle. There's more sellers than buyers. We saw large orders come in on the time and sales, and then price actually confirmed the move. So with all of those, that's why we took that first short, and it was such an obvious short in my opinion. Let me know how your trading day went today. Let me know if you took some losses, took some wins. How did you end up? Today was a really good, clean price action day. There was a lot of volume, so price was moving very cleanly. And that's going to conclude this video. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe for more videos just like this one, and I'll see you in the next one.